Hello guys and welcome to Tactical Gear Review channel. Today we will talk about top 8 popular camouflage patterns in 2022. Multicam. The most known and used camouflage pattern in the world. The multicam registered pattern was developed to effectively limit the visual and near-IR signature of a person operating across a very wide range of physical environments and seasons. After many successful evaluations, after being proven in combat, and after becoming the officially issued pattern of the U.S. Army for all Afghanistan operations in 2010, Multicam registered as the proven multi-environment concealment solution. Later on it was represented and evolved as Operational Camouflage Pattern. OCP. Originally codenamed Scorpion W2. The Army owns the licensing rights for Scorpion W2, which lowers the overall cost, and allows the Army the option to restrict the pattern to service members only. But you can still buy the multicam pattern developed by Cry Precision. OCP is the official combat uniform pattern for most United States soldiers from the end of September 2019. Flecktarn. Just like many other camouflage patterns, Flecktarn has undergone several modifications and an evolution of its colors. First, there is a 3-color arid version called Trepentarn, which is often mistakenly called Wustantarn. It was developed for the 1993-94 operation in Somalia. More recently, it is being used for deployments in Afghanistan as well as other global conflict zones. Not widely appreciated is that 5 feet Flecktarn is now in its 5th iteration, which incorporates some drastic changes in the color scheme. This was done to improve the performance of the pattern not only in terms of blending and disruption but also to keep up with IR developments and the necessity of performing under hyperspectral conduit ions. The Flecktarn 5-color pattern was designed for use in European temperate woodland terrain. In Germany, the Flecktarn camouflage pattern is used by all Bundeswehr service branches, the Heer, Army, the Luftwaffe, Air Force, some Marine, Navy, units and even the Sanitätsdienst, medical service. ATAX FGX. An updated version of our original ATAX FG camo pattern. ATAX FGX. Foliage Green Extreme. Utilizes the proven color palette of ATAX FG in a new way so that not only does FGX work when combined with original ATAX FG gear, it will also work well with ATAX 9 gear for a complete multi-environmental concealment solution with a wide range of options for mixing and matching gear. Look for it from many of the ATAX Camo Core Elite brand partners. Advanced Tactical Concealment System. ATAX camo patterns have been popular among military and law enforcement personnel for years. Now they're catching on with hunters, especially after being introduced as the official camo patterns of Browning's new Hell's Canyon speed line of apparel. According to ATAX co-owner Phil Duke, their team doesn't subscribe to the universal pattern mentality, meaning they don't believe one pattern is suitable for every setting. Pencott Wildwood. Built for drier/semi-verdant mixed woodland and bush environments. Currently licensed exclusively to Helicontex and Direct Action. Was developed after the big success of the Pencott Green Zone and Badlands. Pencott Registered was the first family of modern camouflage patterns released onto the commercial market, and its effectiveness has been proven with thousands of users around the world. Key features of the Pencott Registered patterns. 3-in-1/360 degrees pattern geometry. The inclusion of large, medium and small fractal shapes makes the patterns effective at close, mid, and long range, and, because of its nonlinear orientation, the pattern is fully effective whether the wearer is standing, kneeling or prone. Depth and blending and disruption. The combination of multi-sized shapes, high difference boundary layers and a hypoacuatively dithered micro-pattern creates the illusion of depth, whilst also disrupting the shape of the wearer and blending into the environment. Natural tones and textures. The complex organic pattern texture, combined with environmentally matched colors, delivers superior concealment across a wide range of terrain. EMR. Edinaya Maskaro Vochnaya Raskvetka, EMR, in English Universal Camouflage Colorway, is a military camouflage pattern in use by the Russian Armed Forces. It is sometimes referred to by the unofficial nicknames Ruspat and Digital Flora. Designed and introduced in 2008, the EMR camouflage replaced the Flora camouflage pattern on the Russian military uniforms. The creation of the EMR was heavily influenced by the German Flecktarn Camouflage, the developers of which managed to combine the incompatible. Small spots that perform an imitation function are combined in this color scheme so that they form groups of large spots that perform a deforming function. The developers of EMR followed the same path, taking into account the results of studies that showed the effectiveness of extremely small, pixel, spots as constituent elements of the texture pattern. MTP, multi-terrain pattern, is the standard camouflage pattern of the British Armed Forces. As part of the British Ministry of Defence, Personal Equipment and Common Operational Clothing, PECOC, program, 3 new camouflage patterns were considered for issue to British forces. These were a revised temperate disruptive pattern material, DPM, using lighter colors, a new 3-color desert pattern with enhanced utility for nighttime operations, and a hybrid 4-color scheme using 2 colors from each of the previous patterns for use on webbing in all terrains. Following an urgent operational requirement for a camouflage uniform for the Afghan theater of operations, and the success of a commercially available pattern, CRY's Multicam, when tested in trials, a decision was made to use Multicam as the basis of a new multi-terrain pattern for British Armed Forces, replacing the previous temperate DPM uniforms. MARPAT, short for Marine Pattern, is a multi-scale camouflage pattern in use with the United States Marine Corps. Designed in 2001 and introduced from late 2002 to early 2005 with the Marine Corps Combat Utility Uniform, MCUA, which replaced the Camouflage Utility Uniform. Its design and concept are based on the Canadian CAD-PAT pattern. The pattern is formed of small rectangular pixels of color. In theory, it is a far more effective camouflage than standard uniform patterns because it mimics the dappled textures and rough boundaries found in natural settings. It is also known as the digital pattern or DG camis because of its micro pattern, pixels, rather than the old macro pattern, big blobs. The United States government has patented MARPAT, including specifics of its manufacture. Cryptek Obscura transitional pattern. After the big successes of the Cryptek Highlander pattern, they developed Cryptek Obscura. The Obscura takes passive concealment in the visual spectrum to the next level. Obscura was born out of the vast experience and insight Cryptek gained through the U.S. Army camo improvement effort and development efforts with other foreign militaries. In summary, the macro pattern of Cryptek's original family of patterns became the micro pattern for Obscura, and elements inspired by the extensively proven tiger stripe camo became the macro pattern. Obscura comes in 3 colorways: transitional, Grom and Nox. Transitional blends in with numerous environments within the transitional classification of terrain that makes up 70% of the Earth's surface. Proven through military studies and analysis, transitional uses medium-value colors based off the prominent pant ones found in those environments. These colors have a greater tendency to make use of ambient light reflected off surrounding objects for maximum blending effect. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to push the like button and subscribe to my channel.